I love this conversation. I want to get a part of this. I am grateful, I'm excited, and I'm inspired by the incredible women that we had this conversation with. And on the topic of self-acceptance, WOOLWORTHS has used non-traditional models in their new Beauty is You campaign. Now, that's to celebrate all forms of beauty and the fact that beauty is, in fact, you. Now, let's find out how Chad Felix sees himself and how he feels about being part of this incredible Beauty is You campaign.
I think I'm very excited to be a part of this campaign. I think it's been a long time coming. Beauty to me is about acceptance. I think for a long time, I've always been concerned about how people perceive me. And for the first time, it's more about me accepting who I am and showing up for myself and giving myself a lot more care and love.
Nice, I like that. I like the fact that we're using real people that all of us can identify with, can resonate with, and I think there lies the inspiration as well to allow us to accept ourselves.
Yeah, man, and trust me, you're the one who's going to have to come to that point. No one else is going to step in and do it for you. You have to accept how you look. I mean, you can always improve on elements of it, but you're going to be stuck with yourself for your whole life.
So you're someone that's gone through.
You look to me like, how did you come to terms with this, buddy?
How did you get this? Look, man, you've been literally in the scrutiny of the eye for years now, in this position that you've played amongst the front of South Africa and the rest of the world. How have you dealt with yourself in this space? You're always serving
buddy,
others.
I'm a mess, bro. Like everything else in my life, I'm crazy and overly emotional. And it's the same. I think the joy of getting to the age that I'm at now is you've got enough of a track record to understand yourself. You've seen the patterns, you've got the data, okay, whether you can now operate with that data. But it's amazing to me how, obviously having kids, I saw myself in a completely different light. And every day as a dad, you get to show how much you're growing and what matters to you and the kind of person that you really want to be.
Yes.
And through that process, you realize so much of what you were anchoring yourself in and holding on to in terms of your identity was that season. Was that phase, was that moment in time, was that relationship, were all of those other influences that spoke to everything other than who you actually are, dude. So I think by virtue of the fact that I've interviewed 10,000 amazing people like this, every person has a different take on it. It's a personal journey, but it's ultimately the journey. That has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. And I see so many that are on the other side of that journey, on the greener pastures. They get to walk around and celebrate life.
Let me put it in perspective. I remember asking Yus, I think it was on the second last interview that I did with him before he passed, and he was barely able to talk. And I remember asking him if he accepted himself now. And he couldn't fully answer me, but I saw in his eyes that then he did accept himself. In any other interview, I interviewed a man who didn't accept himself. Best player in the world in his position. Best looking guy in the team. He had everything. And he didn't accept himself until he was living in the service of others and helping people through the J9 Foundation. That's what earned him that badge. So
I love it. And there lies the beauty of this conversation too, and the encouragement to allow you, Mzansi, to find yourself and celebrate that too. Now, on top of this, we want to celebrate and allow you to stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand in Woolies gift cards. And that's simply by replying to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and tell us, how do you deal with self-acceptance? The conversation has been so pertinent right now. But don't forget in your answer to include the hashtag WooliesBeauty and follow Woolies Beauty on Instagram. Now, the competition closes today at midnight. Your T's and C's can be found on ExpressoShow.com. Good luck.